Well, hello there. I am about to watch the conspiracy theory of everything by Spirit Science on YouTube. Have no idea what to expect, although the introduction, let's just say it made me kind of hesitant to want to watch it because they start off by saying, Mark Zuckerberg said that blah, blah, blah. Mark Zuckerberg's a psychopath and a liar. Well, that comes to being a psychopath, really, but and so starting a video by saying Mark Zuckerberg said is like saying, don't believe anything in this video. And this is a freaking long video. It is 3 hours and 23 minutes and 21 seconds. So, if you want to discourage people, quoting crazy people and dangerous people is a dumb idea. But anyways, that's not the point of my video. The point of my video is that people have a lot of ideas about what a conspiracy theory is. Some people believe that calling somebody a conspiracy theorist is an insult. And frankly, it's not. And here's why. Yes, there are some people who are very mentally unstable and they gobble up any old bit of nonsense and believe it. But having a theory about a conspiracy doesn't mean it's false or true, nor does it mean that the person is crazy or stupid or anything. Now, granted, you can have a conspiracy that you believe in, you can have a theory about it, and you could be right or you could be wrong, or you could be crazy. However, it doesn't default to being one or the other. It defaults to whatever it is. And some theories, the ones that are impossible to prove, like religion, are theories that are the most questionable because you can't prove them. You can't disprove them. They are set deliberately in a realm outside of the possibility of ever knowing for sure, at least not in this lifetime. And there are people who will argue, well, there's this and there's that, and then there's the other thing. Yeah, no. So what I'm trying to say here is just because you've got a conspiracy theory, or you have more than one maybe that you believe in, doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean you're right. It doesn't mean you're crazy. It just means you have these theories. And there are always, every single day, every single hour, every single minute, every single second, there are conspiracies that are occurring. They are occurring amongst criminals. They are occurring amongst business people. They are occurring amongst politicians. They are occurring amongst all three. And there are conspiracies between organizations, between individuals, between all kinds of different conspiracies that really do exist. And many of them are never exposed to the public eye. Some because it's just so hard to expose it, especially the smaller the number of people that are willing to cooperate and are really committed to their conspiracy, the less likely it is that the conspiracy will be exposed. Or if they are very committed to the acquisition of whatever it is they want, to the point that sorry, I lost track with all this coughing. My son is cooking something spicy and the oil is vaporizing into the air and making me cough. So if you have some people and they're all going to become, say, wealthy or powerful because of their conspiracy, if their number one commitment isn't to that goal but to each other, then there's a high likelihood that it will succeed because they will be less likely to get greedy. They will be less likely to tell the wrong person. They will be less likely to cooperate with the FBI or the CIA or any other organization that might shut them down or want to go to bed with them, which would definitely be the CIA and in some cases the FBI and the NSA and the Department of Homeland Security. or the government in general. You can't really trust American governments, uh, agencies, and things like that, because there's a very long history of conspiracies. Very, very long. Long before I was alive. So I want you to do two things. Number one, if somebody has a conspiracy, like you, don't let anybody make you feel like, oh, you're crazy or anything like that. But the other thing is that I need you to take a very honest look at your theory and put together all of the evidence that you've got and see if there are strong connections. Then you take that evidence, you jumble it up, and you say, look, to somebody you believe is intelligent and can do good critical thinking and analysis and stuff like that, you say, look, I've got a bunch of evidence. I'm not sure what to make of it. Can you tell me what you think? And see if they independently come up with the same or a similar theory. And if another person, especially if that person has different viewpoints from you on things, can arrive at the same or a similar theory as you, that corroborates to an extent that you may be onto something. It doesn't mean you're right. It doesn't mean they're right. But the chance of somebody who has a different viewpoint on the world, but they agree with you without you telling them. Okay, so you can't feed them information. You can't sway them. You have to let it happen naturally. And if you do that and they feel the same way, then that is something that may have validity. Of course, you have to be careful about who you choose in terms of their ability to discern the right kinds of patterns, the real patterns, instead of, oh, there are reptilians that are controlling our government. I'm sorry. It's not real. Yeah, if you want to call them reptilians, you might as well admit that they're reptilians not because they look like reptiles or anything like that, or they're descended from reptiles, but because we have the amygdala in our brains, which is the reptilian part of our brain. Or a part, anyways. So if you can get one person who independently comes to the same or almost the same conclusion, and then another and another and another, the more people that independently come to the same conclusion, the stronger the chance is that you're right or you're onto something at least. So don't tell them what your theory is. Ask them their opinion without leading them. And when they don't say what you want to hear, don't try to lead them. Okay? Until you get to the point where you have corroboration or not. Now, if you get to that point and you can say, well, what you said is interesting, and I think we should explore that, but what about this and this and this and this and this? And you point to specific key pieces of evidence that support your theory and see what happens when you show those things specifically to the person. See what they think, see what they say. Not everybody's going to see a conspiracy. Not everybody's going to have that kind of a mindset. But it is something to consider. So thank you for watching. I hope this has helped. Have a great day.